Sakraoui from France, the world champion, against the #1 contender, Osman from Belgium. Osman, 22 years of age, Sakraoui, 28. It's a lightweight match. Osman in the ring already, in the blue corner with the red trousers, waiting for the world champion, Sakraoui. He will be in black. Osman taller than Sakraoui, but Sakraoui a very good mover, uses his feet well. Here he is. I bet he wished he was fighting her instead. Championship scheduled for 11 rounds. Osman, the Belgian, the #1 contender, European champion, still, won it in 1990. So the pomp and ceremony over with, battle about to commence. Sakraoui from France defending his world title, 60 kilograms against Osman from Belgium, the #1 contender and reigning European champion. Osman in the red, Sakraoui the champion in the black. This scheduled for 11 rounds. I'm Steve Holdsworth and I'll be keeping you up to date with the various things they can and can't do throughout this. So round one. Osman, well, he tried to fool Sakraoui there by adopting a southpaw stance, and he has again, but then switched to, as you can see, he's a switch hitter. Spinning miss there from Osman. He looks very tense. Nice right to the body from Sakraoui. He does use the ring well, Sakraoui. He's got good anticipation. As you can see, just sways out of the way of the attack there from Osman. Blocked the kick from Osman well too. Sakraoui, an economical sort of fighter, and once again you saw his defensive ability there. And interestingly, the times that I've seen this sport in England, it's not been at all well received by those fans of orthodox boxing. Consider the carnival sport, and one of the reasons for that, and I've said it before but I'll say it again, is that everybody wants to be the boss, and consequently nobody is, in respect of controlling authorities. This under the auspices of the International Karate Association. But this sport has got more ruling bodies than professional boxing, which has got more than it needs. Well, the end of the first, and I think Sakraoui has done enough to take that with a good exhibition of attacking and defensive work. And one of the best exponents of this sport that I can remember seeing, believe it or not, is Nigel Benn, the former WBO middleweight champion. He actually started his combat career in this realm and was very good. He actually, and he won't thank me for saying this, he actually took part in kickboxing contests whilst he was a holder of a professional boxing license, which is frowned upon, of course, by the Boxing Board of Control. So round 2, scheduled for 11 two-minute rounds, and that's a long time, especially when you consider you've got to use every part of your body from head to foot. Must be very fit for this. And although Osman is attacking here, I think he's being forced to, primarily because Sakraoui is a counter-puncher or counter-kicker, whichever way you want to look at it. And if Sakraoui doesn't make the running, then Osman must. And I don't think it suits him too well. Nice back spinning kick there from Osman. Sakraoui yet to get through with anything particularly meaningful in this first minute. Osman using those long legs of his effectively so far, but a big miss there. And watch out for that spinning back fist that I mentioned earlier. Oh, left hook inside from Sakraoui, but on the break. Nice spinning back kick again from Osman. And a side kick as well, which connected. Last 10 seconds of round 2. Osman has used his feet well in this second round. Oops, and he's on the deck there. A front kick to the chest put him over. And there's the bell to end the round, but I still think, in spite of the knockdown towards the end now, I think Osman has done enough to nick that. So all square with 2 gone on my card. 9 to go. Replay from the second round. A spinning back kick from Osman. He actually thought about that maneuver.
Enchaîne une fois un enchaînement beaucoup plus rapide. Parce que comme il est là, parce que tu es trop loin, quoi. Ton coup de pied retourné. Comme il est là, il attend que tu vas aller tout de suite.
A lot of pomp and ceremony involved in this sport. And there's the knockdown. You can see he led with a kick but walked straight into Sakraoui's outstretched foot. Round 3. So now Osman realises that if he tries to keep Sakraoui on the end of those long legs of his, he may have more success, but equally Sakraoui will need to get inside him. Good defensive work there from Sakraoui. He's quick. Nice. Almost swept Osman off his feet. Double left hook from Sakraoui as well. And again, a spinning back kick from Sakraoui. Well, that attack from Osman was actually blocked by Sakraoui quite successfully. And in this round, Osman has really failed so far to connect on the target area. Well, he got through with a kick there. And Osman still switch hitting. Osman, the reigning European champion. Sakraoui making a defence of his world title. 28 years of age, Sakraoui. Osman really just starting out at 22. So has a bright future. But may not be cute enough to deal with Sakraoui here. End of round 3, and I think Sakraoui's done enough to take that one. Good crowd here at Saint Maxime. As I say, we're on the Côte d'Azur in the south of France. Very sunny day. An example there of Sakraoui's defensive abilities. Tucked under the big right foot from Osman. She looks to be enjoying her contribution. That big left hook from Sakraoui. Round 4. I've got Sakraoui a round ahead, 3 gone. Well, that was very sporting of Osman to allow Sakraoui to bend down and straighten his pad. Oh, good left hook there. Osman on the floor. Well, it was definitely a punch to put him over. So a good start to this 4th round for Sakraoui. And you see Sakraoui tries not to waste any energy by fruitless attacks. When he does strike, he wants to make sure it's on the target area. And there's only one thing more tiring than being hit in combat, and that is missing. Good right there to the head from Sakraoui, and the second count Osman has had to take in this 4th round. So some good handwork being done by Sakraoui. Once again he gets in with the right left. Looking confident now, Sakraoui. And once again Osman mistimes that counter. Last 10 10 seconds of round 4, and it's not been a good round so far for Osman. On the floor twice. So there's the bell. The left hook for the first time, the right hand for the second to put him over. So now, Sakraoui, 2 rounds ahead on my card. And one strange thing in this sport, you'd think that being able to use your feet and your hands, that more injuries would ensue, but they certainly don't. Rarely see any blood. There we see Sakraoui cleverly avoiding the attack from Osman, and then gets back, and I think we'll see the knockdown here. Yet the left hook on the chin, and Osman's legs just gave way, but bounced almost up almost immediately. I'll have to show the second one.
Accélère un petit peu, comme là, les choses que ça fait.
Round 5. Osman needs a good round here on my card. I've got him 2 behind. Both looking for openings. That looked a bit low. That looked to have landed in Sakraoui's groin area, which is not legal. Side kick there, and Sakraoui on the floor here. Goodness me, Osman followed that one up nicely. The first one was a bit raggy, but the second one caught him on the chin. He's taking the mandatory 8 count. That will do Osman's confidence the world of good. Well, he's going for it here. 5th round, scheduled for 11. Well, there's the bell, and a good round for Osman. Pulls one back. I've still got him 1 adrift. So they've both been on the floor. Osman twice in the 4th. Sakraoui there. We're going to see that again. The first one caught him on the side of the head, and the second one on the chin. There he goes. And he sprawled backwards, landed on the seat of his trunks. He was hurt too.
Attention au début du round, il va partir comme un bolide. Comme un bolide, ok?
So we've got round 6 coming up, and we'll take a short break. And I've got Sakraoui from France, the reigning world champion, at 60 kilograms, 1 round ahead. And Osman there almost threw himself over, really. That happened earlier too. This is the halfway point. I'm not so sure on these rules, but in England, the fighters had to throw a minimum of 8 kicks per round. I imagine that stands here, and there's no danger that they won't make that quota. Well, a stumble there from Sakraoui. And Osman spurred on by a success in the 5th round. Well, Sakraoui there complaining that Osman was using his knees. Didn't see it myself. Oh, good left there from Sakraoui. That one hurt. And again. And he's got Osman in some trouble here in round 6. And Osman doesn't look as if he takes too good a punch. So that's possibly where Sakraoui's success may lie. Not too much in the round up until that point, but a good attack from Sakraoui, I think, has just edged in round 6. To put him 2 rounds ahead on my card. 5 to go. Yes, that was a stumble from Sakraoui. No contact was made with Osman's foot.
Tu attends l'autre, son décalé, travaille plus vite, tu te fais pas, toi, tu ne dois pas t'occuper de lui. Et enchaîne, t'as vu ici, tu as fait l'enchaînement, ton coup il est passé. Donc, tu l'as fait qu'une fois seulement, tu dois le faire chaque fois. Et travaille plus près, travaille plus près.
Tu dois avec le tibia aussi.
Non, c'est pas essayer, c'est travailler que tu dois faire, c'est pas essayer. Tu vois bien qu'il n'en peut plus, lui.
And Osman's corner there, imploring him to work more, but to take a bit of care early in the rounds when they believe that Sakraoui is most dangerous. That's my full command of the French language, I'm afraid. Spinning back kick there from Sakraoui. Well, he's backing Osman up here, but Osman needs to try and counter and do as his corner suggested, to work more. Most of these rounds have been pretty close, with the exceptions, well, both on the floor there. The spinning, sorry, my apologies, the sweeping kick from Sakraoui, but he pushed himself over as well. It looked like Osman feinting with his hands to try and get a kick over, like that. But Sakraoui saw it as well as we did. And looks as if Sakraoui is about to launch into a flying kick. Nothing really in this round. The 7th, scheduled for 11. There's the bell. I'll go evens on that round. Still got Sakraoui 2 ahead. 4 to go. And it's not inconceivable that Osman could claw this lead that I think Sakraoui's got. He could claw it back. Osman, of course, the reigning European champion. A couple of inches taller. A spinning back kick early in the round from Sakraoui. Sakraoui, the world champion, 60 kilograms, in the black trousers, Osman in the red. Side kick there to the ribs from Osman. So round 8. 4 to go. Can Osman raise his game? As I say, I've got him 2 rounds adrift at this point. Nice leading front kick there from Sakraoui, and again, well, it wasn't a front kick, it was a side kick, but landed pretty square. And a big miss there. Well, Osman gets his foot trapped on the ropes and Sakraoui takes advantage. Referee there warning Osman for some infringement, not quite sure what it may be. And again, that stiff kick to the body of Osman. Well, a good attack there from Osman, but most of those shots missed, with Sakraoui ducking and diving himself out of trouble. Now Sakraoui makes him pay. Good round this. So the end of the 8th, and I think Sakraoui overall did enough to take that round, although there was one good attack from Osman.
Il travaille pour lui, tu l'attends. Il lui, t'as jamais l'écouté qu'il fait pourquoi? Pourquoi qu'il fait ça? Parce que tu ne travailles pas, tu lui attends.
And I've now got Sakraoui 3 rounds ahead with 1 even, with the 9th coming up, and we're about to see that replay from round 8. It's a right hand to the head, or left hook I should say. The right did come in at some point.
Ah ouais, c'est normal, parce qu'il attend. C'est plus assez difficile pour le voir arriver.
So the last 3 rounds, and I've got Sakraoui with a pretty clear lead here. And Osman needs this last 3 for a draw on my card, which doesn't mean a thing, of course. 3 independent judges will score this. See Osman there attempting a chopping front kick. Waste of energy, really. And Sakraoui must know that Osman is vulnerable to a punch, especially, it seems, the left hook. Left hook in close there from Sakraoui. And really Osman is not working anything like enough. Oh, nice kick there. And well, the momentum of Osman's own kick and the fact that he ran into Sakraoui put him over again. But a fiddling round there. Sakraoui's done enough to take it again, I do believe. So an unassailable lead on my card for Sakraoui, the reigning world champion. At 60 kilograms, and the current European champion, Osman from Belgium, is going to need a dramatic knockout within this next 2 rounds, the last 2 rounds, if he's going to get anywhere in this. Don't forget Osman, the leading contender for this world title. International Karate Association.
Et pense bien, dès qu'il est embauché, c'est là que tu dois boxer, sans quoi tu fais que des yokos.
Round 10. These are all 2-minute rounds. Well, a good start to the round from Osman, and he needs it. He needs to try and keep Sakraoui under severe pressure. As I say, I don't think he can win this one on points. Earlier in the fight, Osman had Sakraoui on the floor with a kick to the head. He needs to try and repeat that and keep him there this time. Well, once again, Sakraoui claims that Osman caught him in the groin. They do wear protectors, of course, but it still hurts. Big lift again there from Osman, and Sakraoui's still very cute on his feet. Oh, good left hook again there from Sakraoui to the head. And Osman's got nothing to lose. He needs to throw caution to the wind, and again a nice spinning back kick there from Sakraoui. There's a bell to end the 10. Once again, I've given it to Sakraoui. 1 to go to decide this 60-kilogram championship of the world. The holder, Sakraoui, looks to have a very clear lead on my card. I've got him winning 7 of the completed 10 so far, with 1 even and only 2 to Osman.
Ne viens pas dire en fait que c'est pour 5 secondes, hein. C'est ici qu'il faut le faire. C'est le dernier tour.
And that replay really the only success that Osman had in that 10th round. And these fighters refusing to sit down between rounds, both feeling the pace. But Sakraoui appears to be handling it better. Last round. The customary touch of gloves at the commencement of the last round. So can Osman get the knockout he's looking for? And I imagine Sakraoui realises he's got a good lead at this point. Experienced fighter, 28 years of age. And Osman has done well to have reached European title standard at just 22. And as you can see, Sakraoui using the ring well. And there is almost a look of resignation on Osman's face there. And he's been throwing these kicks very high and consequently got tangled in the top rope on numerous occasions throughout this. Again, nice side kick there. And again from Sakraoui, but takes one. Well, he's complaining that Osman caught him with his knee to the head. I don't agree. Possibly his shin. Once again, that good kick from Sakraoui. Well, he's fighting like a winner. There's the bell. Well, looks like Osman is the first to congratulate Sakraoui on retaining his world title. And I can't imagine the Frenchman has lost this. But the Belgian got through it. Well, almost made it to his feet there. But at this stage in the proceedings, I'm not surprised he hasn't got the energy to bounce straight back up again. Seeing those kicks again. Well, that's the one I think that... yeah, that's the one that Sakraoui complained about. And it looked to be his shin that caught him on the side of the head rather than his knee. Nothing wrong with that one, though. So the official decision, I can't imagine that they've gone against Sakraoui. Don't forget he's also French, which will count for something at least in this French ring. He gets it, as expected. And they've got a belt as well. The belt he came in the ring with. And a huge trophy as the smoke billows out from the machine. There's the belt, a nice looking belt too. So that's the end of this championship kickboxing. I'm Steve Holdsworth and we'll be with you again next week for more action.